agriculture as business.
Already, the government is strategically and creatively fixing a list of perennial problems that will untap the state's huge agricultural potential. These include insufficient access to land, poor provision of basic inputs, high post-harvest losses, insufficient water supplies, and a lack of private sector investment. Ekiti State's approach to agriculture and sustainable development is designed to support and make smallholder and large-scale farming operations more productive and effective. While most farming in Nigeria is still at a subsistence level, Governor Fayemi's administration is opening up tens of thousands of hectares of fertile farmland.
Basically, when this administration came on board, there was a decision that we took that we're not going to do agriculture by talking and cutting tapes. What we wanted to do basically was to open up land, make the land tractorable, then now buy tractors that can work effectively on those lands, where we can now bring in youths, where we can bring in existing farmers, where we can increase their acreage of cultivation, where serious production can go on, where serious marketers can come and offtake whatever they produce within those hubs.
On the continent, only 7% of African farmers benefit from irrigation, compared to 40% for farmers in Asia. Under the leadership of Governor Fayemi, Ekiti State could very well exceed the national average. In partnership with development institutions such as UNDP and FAO, 3 senators representing Ekiti State, Olubunmi Adetunbi, Anthony Adeni, and Babafemi Ojudu, have selflessly made the 600 million naira Itakpaji and Ero irrigation schemes their joint constituency project. The Itakpaji and Ero dams will meet the irrigation needs of thousands of farmers by providing sufficient enough water for 1,700 hectares of irrigated land in Iyemero, Gede, Ikosun, Igogo, and Ewu farm settlements. Another strategic initiative is the Agricultural Development Program. Currently, 117,000 farmers are registered with ADP. The Odooro Upland Rice Farm is a model for what is happening in other parts of the state. Working closely with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Ekiti State provides farmers with land clearing equipment, 3 bags of NPK, and 1 bag of urea per hectare. In 2012, farmers received a 50% subsidy on seeds. In 2013, seeds were provided to farmers free of charge. Sunday Osanyi Lucy is an ADP beneficiary.
Ọdún kẹta mo ṣe 2 hectares, 5 hectares. Nígbà tí ìjọba assist wa ta rí improvement kò ní mí lára, kò sí pé mo ṣe tún lọ yáwó cooperative kó tó di pé mo ṣoko. So mo increase it to 5. This year mo increase it to 20. So mo wá gbà pé by the grace of God tí program mi kó máa lọ bí ilé kó lọ kó máa assist àwọn ìjọba. Tó bá tún lè continue with this assistance by next year lágbára Ọlọ́run mo mọ̀ pé 50 above ni mo máa ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ọmọ mẹ́ta ni mo ní sí university. Pẹ̀lú oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run, pẹ̀lú assistance katari bí tí mo dẹ̀ sanwó mo lẹ́ni tó wà ní health tech gan tó yẹ pé huge amount of money ni.
ADP participants are not limited to men alone. Gender empowerment is a key part of Governor Fayemi's 8-point agenda.
Inú ìgbà tí wọ́n ràn mí lọ́wọ́, ìgbé ayé rere ni mò ń gbé. Mò ń rówó tí mo fi ṣe nǹkan tó wù mí. Wọ́n ràn wá lọ́wọ́ dáadáa torí gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń lò lóko àwọn ló ń provide ẹ̀ fún wa.
Another strategic agricultural initiative in Ekiti State is the ADP seed processing plant in Ado-Ekiti. It's a key part of ensuring that farmers receive quality input and higher yields.
We established this processing plant in the year 1985. It worked for a period of 15 years and it broke down. For the past 6 years, it had never worked. And this year, through the intervention of the ministry, we were able to put it back into shape.
Already, peasant farmers in 177 wards in Ekiti State have benefited from a microfinance credit scheme worth 35 million naira. It has provided each farmer with 150,000 naira at 0% interest. Ekiti State was once a powerhouse in cocoa production. Today, more than 60,000 hectares of cocoa farms are moribund. It's a situation the state government is determined to reverse. His Royal Majesty Oba Philip Eniayewu Oyediran, the Olosin of Osin Ekiti in Oye local government, is a traditional ruler who believes his place is both in the palace and on the farm. Shortly after coming to the throne, Oba Oyediran says he prayed a simple prayer.
I asked God, I said, God, you know I'm a tailor. What do you need to offer me there? God told me, he said, why not take farming? This place is a thick forest. It has been abandoned for more than 30 years. They cleared this place for 4 months before we can finish it. 4 good months. Then we clear it again. The 3rd time, then we begin planting.
With help and input from the Ekiti State administration and the federal government's GES scheme, Oba Oyediran has successfully planted more than 10,000 cocoa seedlings to replace many of the old and unproductive trees on his plantation. He is just one of many farmers who have already received 350,000 cocoa seedlings at highly subsidized prices.
What we are seeing now, we have never seen it before. The government is trying. It's doing well.
The Youth in Commercial Agricultural Development Scheme, otherwise known as YCAD, is one of Ekiti State's most effective agricultural strategies. Hundreds of youth and university graduates have enrolled in the YCAD program. With close to 2,000 hectares of farmland under cultivation, they're already making a very significant difference. Temitope Aroge is one of hundreds of YCAD participants. A medical doctor by training, he's now a full-time cassava farmer and processor.
2013 to 2014, a minimum of 1,000 hectares of cassava was planted in this through this program, and is an unprecedented success. And I'm not joking about it. No state government, they can say yes, they are planning to do it, but ask them a year after if they have been able to do it.
Recently, his company acquired a $3 million loan facility to expand his cassava processing plant.
We have retired people that we buy cassava from, and we encourage them to tell, look, in 2014, we are coming in big and we want you to continue to plant. So we want a situation whereby we are actually encouraging people in farming. If the agricultural sector is being modernized, then we encourage as well by also going into high value processing of this agricultural product, such that people will see continuity, they will see strategy, and they will see a kind of pathway that is leading to a robust wealth creation system for our society.
Helen Oni and Peter Amoni are also YCAD participants. Their passion and love for agriculture is contagious. Not content to be single crop farmers, their agricultural activities include cassava and oil palm, among other crops.
There was a time that I asked one of my colleagues, why can't you take a job in agriculture? He said, that is what my father is doing, and even up till now, he has not been making it. And I answered him in Yoruba, the guy was very annoyed, and even until when we graduated, the guy didn't greet me because he was annoyed, and the guy is even from Ekiti here. But I had passion for agriculture. I believe in putting food on people's table.
Financially, at least if you have 10 hectares of cassava, at least averagely, you make nothing less than ₦1 million from that. And have it 20 hectares in a year.
YCAD participants such as Helen and Peter are helping develop massive cassava plantations in Ekiti State to meet the needs of uptakers such as Thai farms, flour mills, and Nigeria starch mills. This truck is being loaded with cassava tubers that have been purchased by a mill in Anambra State.
The idea behind WICAD was to give our young people a renewed sense of purpose. What we basically did was to select them through a competitive process to determine the level of seriousness and then empower them. We also provided them with training opportunities. We have a farm manager who is exclusively devoted to WICAD.
What I'm trying to do is to get the WICAD participants here to be independent of government with their own mechanical equipment and tractors. Being here, it's fantastic because it is very agriculturally rich. I'm surprised that it hasn't been tapped commercially before. I'm glad also that even the federal government is beginning to look in the direction of youth in commercial agriculture. And this, from what I understand from the minister, is going to be one of their test runs for it.
Another successful WICAD participant is Olufemi Fabiyi. He is the CEO and business manager of Ekiti Empire Feed Mill. Once a state-run venture, his mill is now a private, public sector partnership that is doing brisk business.
This has been a program that is very laudable, has brought a lot of youth that would have been looking for white-collar jobs out. And actually, people are tending towards self-employment. People are tending towards entrepreneurship. Somebody like me, I actually provide job and I've been able to contribute to the economy of the state by reducing unemployment.
Ademola Olowodu is an enthusiastic young WICAD farmer whose passion is poultry.
I'm one of the youngest farmers in the state who really believe in doing farming as a business. We are one of those very few youths that really take it as a business, and we are proud doing it. I can proudly say that we are working towards a very big and magnificent processing plant so that we also can invite the markets, let them come over here instead of selling live to Ibadan, to Lagos, and they will still bring it back to us here to eat. And we have the infrastructures on ground, courtesy of the state government.
Ekiti State's goal is to have 20,000 youth trained, employed, and actively engaged in mechanized farming and the whole agricultural value chain by 2014.
Whatever we have comparative advantage in, we are bringing it to the fore. The government has actually created a platform for you to operate and make your millions within the space of agriculture.
Kò síbi tí Governor Fáyẹmí tí ò touch ní gbogbo àwọn ìjọba tó ń ṣe mostly lélẹ̀ tó kàn wá jù lọ́rùn agriculture ó ṣe nǹkan tó ń yà lẹ́nu because ìgbà tá a sọ pé ajílẹ̀ 5,500 ní báàgì ajílẹ̀ kan kò sí farmer tó lè endure kó wá lọ at least mo ti lo almost 60 bags síbí bó ni mo ti fẹ́ rówó ra tìjọba dẹ̀ sọ pé kẹ́ wá sign lásán ẹ̀ wá kó tẹ́ bá produce ìsàn kẹ́ wá sanwó ẹ̀.
If current agricultural transformation plans go according to schedule, Ekiti State is well on its way to meeting its own food needs and becoming a major player in Nigeria's food supply chain. As the saying goes, health is wealth. It's a mantra the Ekiti State government believes in and has made a cornerstone of its transformation plan. Professor Olushola Fashiba doubles as a practicing surgeon at the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital and as the state's Commissioner of Health. His mandate is simple: turn around the state's secondary health system.
In 2012, when I joined the government, part of our medical system had collapsed. There are a lot of infrastructural decay. If you get to many of our hospitals at that time, many of them have leaking roofs, the floors are very bad, and the fact that many of the equipments were bought over 40 years ago.
Today, 18 general hospitals in the state are undergoing massive renovation and restoration. 3 mother and child hospitals are also under construction. According to Governor Kayode Fayemi, health is
the 5th component of our 8-point agenda.
At the close of 2013, more than 400,000 patients, men, women and children, have been treated under Ekiti State's free health mission.
We also have another intervention for people that are not covered by the free health. Like people, the whole people that are sick, the women that are sick who have one problem or the other. We give them monetary stipends based on what problems they have. Like if they are referred to a teaching hospital like this, and their surgery is going to cost about $500,000 or $1 million, the government provides this amount.
In addition, 48% of the population, including children, pregnant women, the elderly and the physically challenged, had also received free health care. Mrs. Kende Oluwafisaya received 125,000 naira to cover medical expenses during her pregnancy.
Wọ́n admit me sí teaching hospital nígbà yẹn ní around March. So wọ́n wá ní mo need the bed rest títí máa fi bímọ. So ìgbà tó di May tán máa discharge mi, ìjọba ló san owó hospital bill, gbogbo hospital bill wa worth of 125,000. Torí since tí mo ti wà l'Ekiti láti 2004, mi ti rí orí assistance tí ìjọba ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ lé rí. So ìjọba Fáyẹmí má ní gbàgbé nínú ayé mi torí pé wọ́n assist mi gan gidi.
At the Ekiti General Hospital, Mrs. Taiwo Adeosun has just given birth to twins. She says the state government covered 100% of cesarean surgery costs and hospital expenses.
The free health have really helped me. Now I'm not going to pay money for hospital bill. I won't pay money for I don't pay money for drugs. Everything I'm given is free.
Governor Fayemi says his government is committed to
improving the health indices of women and children through affordable and accessible health care services in Ekiti State.
Ekiti State has also spent almost 150 million naira on the healthcare needs of indigent patients. Olugbenga Jayola was shot in the legs at point-blank range by a political thug during an election campaign. Shortly after, his leg had to be amputated. He is just one of many indigent patients whose bills for surgical operations and the provision of artificial limbs have been paid for by the state.
What I see so far about the government is ready to help, and they have been doing that. In fact, he paid for my prosthesis twice, amounted to 1.5 million naira. So, and I'm happy about it.
Ekiti State is one of the first, if not the first state in Nigeria, to operate a unified drug revolving fund system that has helped boost healthcare delivery in the state. Peter Olajiga is a pharmacist and the general manager of Ekiti State's Central Medical Store.
Before I assumed responsibility here, the mega depot was not structured in this form. That time we were making drug movement from the mega depot to other sections in the month may not be up to 400,000. But here, even the first month that we started, the drug movement out of this place was 7.2 million. The second month, it was 7.4. But the third month, it went to 16 point something. As at that time, we have been clocking between 16 and 18 till today. Now, it is this government that has allowed us to do that. Because now, we are sure that about 70%, if not 100%, up to 70% of drug circulation in the state is wholesome.
While much is being done, the Ekiti State government is all too aware that there is still much more to do.
We note that our health indices, even though seem to be one of the best in the country, but it has not reached the benchmark that is stipulated by the WHO. These are where we are working on.
Governor Fayemi's administration says it is committed to a holistic approach to healthcare.
I hereby declare this building and the Cancer Diagnostic and Wellness Center named memory of the late Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, Her Excellency Mrs. Fumilayo Aduni Olayinka, to the glory of God and the benefit of Ekiti people.
The recently commissioned Fumi Aduni Olayinka Diagnostic and Wellness Center in Ado-Ekiti is named in honor of the state's late Deputy Governor. The diagnostic center will provide health screenings for women and men.
The center will afford the people of Ekiti the opportunity of enjoying first-class health care and screening services.
Owofayemi is how senior citizens refer to Ekiti State's Senior Citizen Package. The social support financial supplement provides citizens over the age of 65 with a monthly stipend of 5,000 naira. Many residents here recognize that in just 3 short years, major transformations have taken place in Ekiti State's healthcare sector. From hospital renovations, new emergency wards, modern surgical theaters and equipment, state-of-the-art drug supply stores, mother and child support, indigent patient care, to extensive free health missions, Ekiti State has developed a healthcare model that is designed to improve the overall health needs of its citizens and serve as a template for other states in Nigeria. Tucked away in the rustically beautiful city of Ikogosi, Ekiti, is one of Nigeria's best-kept tourist secrets, the Ikogosi Warm Springs. Either way, it's roughly a 5-hour drive from the commercial hub of Lagos or the administrative capital of Abuja.
We have conference facilities that we believe are world-class.
But Ikogosi has not always been this majestically beautiful. Once an enchanting tourist destination, this natural gem had become a ruin and a dump. Mansions looked like bombed-out ruins. Weeds had overtaken chalets that once housed a who's who list in Nigeria. Vegetation had sprouted inside of once elegant rooms. Chalets lay in ruins. Ceilings had caved in. Bathrooms were covered in fungus. And power generators had long given up the ghost. In short, the desolation was complete.
Indeed, in the last 10 years, there'd been no visitor here. It's been a comfortable residence for all manner of reptiles in that period.
In 2011, shortly after taking over office, Governor Fayemi set a goal of restoring, transforming, and making Ekiti and the Ikogosi Warm Springs attractive destinations. Many here say he has lived up to his word.
When I became governor, I felt one thing I must do as a way of making Ekiti a destination of choice for visitors to Ekiti was to restore Ikogosi, not just to its pristine natural state, but also to give it an ambience that people who are interested in rural resorts would like to visit.
Taking the proverbial bull by the horns, Governor Fayemi and his administration have dramatically transformed Ikogosi Warm Springs. The response of first-time guests from across the country, and even the nation's capital, typically tends to be the same.
They've come away literally blown away that how could you hide this here and we don't even know about it in Abuja? It's an extraordinary force of nature.
We are walking down the way. Yes.
For residents, Ekiti is a special place. For tourists, it's a breathtaking experience.
This place really, it feels very natural and warm. The site is beautiful. I actually never knew that such place existed in Ekiti.
Adetunji Adekpeju is a human capital development consultant who brings conference participants to Ekiti.
If there are some other adjectives beyond peaceful, warm, serene, enticing, and marvelous, I think I want to use those to describe Ekiti. It's just a natural resort.
We want to get the resort back to shape. The idea is to allow professional facility managers to come and manage it, and then part of their own work would be to market it.
The changes are noticeable long before you enter the resort. Just talking about some of I took a golf cart ride with Governor Fayemi around the resort for a first-hand look at some of the major transformations that have taken place here within 3 short years.
I used to come around there and I promised the people of Ekiti.
Guests will immediately notice the resort's beautiful landscaping, nicely paved roads, teakwood walkways, and friendly tourist guides who come complete with their own golf carts. Today, Ekiti sports a brand new look, including a 1,000-seater amphitheater for conference participants, meetings, music concerts, theater productions, and movies. Where chalets once stood in ruins, new structures now stand. Ekiti has received a 360-degree facelift. Chalets come in different sizes to fit a variety of needs and wallet sizes. There is something for every family's budget. Walkways from the chalets run through the resort's scenic and picturesque settings all the way to the warm springs. There's a new swimming pool at the warm springs, as well as relaxation huts for guests and families. In the last 24 months, more than 200,000 tourists have visited Ekiti from all across Nigeria and other parts of the world.
I've never seen a spring, I've never seen waterfall before, so it's kind of my first time of seeing that. So I'm so happy that I came here. I don't know how to express my feelings, but it's so natural. It's like a place you can come and think very well. It's beautiful.
Guests include families, conference attendees, corporate retreat participants, and individuals who simply want to experience something new and spectacular.
I was in Ekiti some probably 10 years ago, and out of curiosity, I just said on our way to another location, precisely Olumiri Waterfalls, which is in Osun State, I said, let me even have a look at what Ekiti looks like now. I think about March this year, I just took a gamble and I came around only to discover that this place has changed tremendously.
I would love to come back with my friends, family, and anyone close to me, because telling them this story is going to sound like a fairy tale, trust me. So I would love them to experience what I experienced.
Governor Fayemi's overall goal is to make tourism a catalyst for economic growth, an engine of environmental transformation, an instrument for integrating host communities, and a tool for developing the state's hospitality industry. If leadership is about